Bonsoir. I would like to welcome our platform party, located exceptionally this year in the front row of the audience, our middle school academic lead, Madame Roy, our junior school director, Madame LeGallais, our director of student experience, Miss Neef, and Miss Gramanis, our beloved grade 11 homeroom teacher. Welcome also to grade 11 teachers, all faculty, all staff, dear parents, family members, and of course, our gorgeous graduating class. Their graduation is our 112th closing of Miss Evgers and Miss Kramps. I'm delighted to be with you all today to recognize and honor the accomplishments of this group of talented, strong young women who are about to embark on their journey to seek and live out their dreams. Je suis ravie de vous voir toutes et tous ici aujourd'hui pour reconnaître et honorer les réalisations de ce groupe de jeunes femmes talentueuses et fortes, qui sont sur le point de se lancer dans la vie et la poursuite de leurs rêves. If I might ask you to stand for our land acknowledgement and for our O Canada. Our land acknowledgement will be presented today by Miss Penelope Ciozos in English and French.
Let us all bring our minds together as one and greet and thank the four winds. Let our minds be appreciative in that way. Rassemblons ensemble nos esprits, saluons et remercions les quatre vents. Puissent nos esprits être reconnaissants.
Ô Canada, terre de nos aïeux, ton front est ceint de fleurs en glorieux, car ton bras s'est porté l'épée, il s'est porté la croix. Ton histoire est une épopée des plus brillants exploits. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Last year I mentioned how surreal it was to be gathered around a screen. Today, we're all pros. We find ourselves gathered again virtually to commemorate another unprecedented year. Though still not able to get together in person, I'm genuinely grateful that you and your families have joined us to honor our school's long-standing tradition of a closing ceremony, to recognize the many accomplishments of our students, faculty, and staff, to acknowledge the hard work of our behind-the-scenes volunteers, to underscore the incredible generosity of so many, and of course, to celebrate the milestone of our graduating class. Let me start off by saying that there is finally light at the end of the pandemic tunnel as vaccination rates climb and COVID cases drop. Thanks to courageous leadership, the steadfast commitment of teachers, and the power of a tightly knit community who have all shown exceptional dedication to our school, we have once again overcome adversity this year successfully and together. As we reflect, I am sure we all realize how fortunate we are to have as devoted a head of school as we do in Lauren Aslin. Leading during this time in history has not been easy, to say the least. Her endless capacity to solve complex problems around the clock, especially seen when the government would change rules and regulations at a moment's notice, has enabled our students to continue meeting their infinite potentials and our school to maintain its undeniable reputation as a leader in education. Thank you, Ms. Aslin, for your commitment, care, and compassion, and the vision you strive for today and always for ECS. Thanks also to your incredible leadership team, whose patience, wisdom, resilience, and unwavering support have allowed us to continue to innovate and to seek opportunities to best meet the needs of our students, despite the major shift and disruption in education. Madame LeGallais, Madame Roy, Monsieur Fortin, Miss Neef, Miss Sheriffs, Miss Corey, and Miss Etier, your insight and guidance have been indelible and will surely be felt for many years to come. And to our teachers who continue to test the school's vision of limitless learning in a world of possibilities, you have been nothing short of amazing. I know I'm joined by our whole community in thanking you for providing the sense of stability, normalcy, and purpose our students so desperately needed during this tumultuous time. We all endured ups and downs and uncertainty during this pandemic, and yet you never wavered. You were expected to be superhuman, to be completely unfazed by what was happening in the world, and perhaps even in your own personal lives, to be present and engaged for our students. Last year, I thanked you as our silent heroes. This year, let me be clear and rejoice out loud at your commitment for inspiring our students to adjust to the realities that were imposed on us all, and for your overall dedication to both your students and the school. Thank you. Many others helped make this year a success. Our parents, old girls, administrative staff, maintenance workers, volunteers who give so much of their time, the generous donors who support our endeavors, and of course, the students. Thank you all for making ECS not only a community, but a true family. This year in particular, I have to thank the Board of Directors for their countless extra hours they dedicated behind the scenes to this school to continually strategize and strive for an even brighter future for everyone. ECS is in a great place. Our new assistant head, Patricia Briand, is already eager to work with our academic leads to continue redefining the status quo in education and to build upon our outstanding curriculum in preparing students with the skills, knowledge, and confidence they need to succeed in the future. I am also extremely proud that we will be unveiling the next iteration of our strategic plan over the coming year, one that ensures ECS maintains its position as a leading all-girls school in Canada, if not the world, with a fully integrated entrepreneurial program that helps graduate the resilient role models and leaders that we need today in politics, medicine, technology, the arts, business, innovation, and design. This plan will include designs for modernizing our facilities over time to reflect our mission and vision in this ever-changing landscape and to meet the evolving needs of our students and faculty alike, all fit for purpose and future ready. These are truly exciting times for ECS, and we should all be proud. To you, graduating class of 2021, congratulations. This is your time to celebrate, commemorate, recognize, and honor all of your achievements, and so you should. Granted, this was not exactly the year you envisioned for yourselves, but it is the journey you took to get here. Your many accomplishments, your hard work, your resilience that makes your graduation so special. Try not to be defined by what you feel you lost, but rather how you responded to it. This pandemic has obviously tested you unlike any other experience. It tested your grit, your ambitions, your dreams, probably your patience. Let me share a fact with you that you may not have already realized. You have just made history as the class that came of age during the COVID-19 pandemic. One day, ECS students like yourselves will be graduating, having studied this time in history, when the whole world came to a halt, when schools became hybrid, and when graduates were honored virtually. Not that this is necessarily any consolation, but you were obviously the chosen ones. I can only assume that is because you are exactly what this world needs right now to help it repair, to shape the future, embrace justice, tackle inequality, combat racism and discrimination, build bridges for reconciliation, understand mental health, and to make the world a better place. The world needs strong female role models like never before. Role models, surely, like all of you. You have already demonstrated through these unprecedented times that you could accomplish anything you set your minds to. So continue to lead with heart and authenticity, to be brave, bold, ambitious, and unapologetically your unique selves. I cannot wait to see you again at homecoming and to hear all about it. And if you haven't already taken the time to do so, reflect on those people around you that have helped influence your journey so that you could become the person you are today. Reach out to them, thank them, and remember ECS. Stay in touch with one another. This school and all the people associated with it will always be a part of your extended family. This unique sisterhood that you belong to is a very special one, and I can attest to that. As my head of school said when I graduated from ECS, once an ECS girl, always an ECS girl. So let me end with this. The future is bright and the future is yours. The best way to predict that future is for you to get out there and to be empowered to invent it for yourselves, whatever that may be. Congratulations.
Dear ECS students, parents, old girls, faculty members, and fellow staff members, I have said this many times already, but it still applies, so what a year it has been. I must express my profound gratitude for all of the support, creativity, and love we have received and been so fortunate to receive at the school. Last year at closing, we made staying connected through COVID a priority, and I can say that with the help of many of you in our community, we did everything we could with that in mind. Together, we invented ways to celebrate, commemorate, and communicate. We adapted to new rules and regulations, changed ones, sudden ones, and ones that we didn't even understand. And all of you adapted with us. Our parent body's generosity was exceptional this year. Generosity of monetary donations, donations of time and overtime, of kindness and understanding. This was a tough year, a year for the unexpected. And still, we pulled through. You pulled through. And you supported this beautiful school, air purifiers, masks, the perpetual smell of ethyl alcohol, and all. Congratulations to the class of 2021. Félicitations à la promotion 2021. And thank you for your legacy gift, a gift of newness and a fresh start for our future grade 11 classroom, providing some modern touches for the classroom where our next class of graduates will spend their last year at ECS. Merci beaucoup, bon été, and masks off to the class of 2021.
Good evening, fellow members of the leadership team, faculty, staff, parents, family members, and most importantly, our dear class of 2021. When I was asked to address you all today, my first reaction was a flat Nope. So many thoughts flooded my mind. There's no way I will get through it all. Will they even listen to me? Do they want to hear from me? And while I made that quick decision, it didn't quite feel right. So I decided to think about it a little bit more. And the previous questions plaguing my mind were so insignificant in comparison to the one thought that took over. I will never have this opportunity again. I will never get the chance to speak to you as an entire grade. I will not, most likely, stand on this stage again. So, how could I not? You may be asking, why am I sharing this with you? Well, there's a lesson here. Self-doubt and fear of the unknown will always be with you. It is natural to assume that if we feel insecure, we aren't confident, but that is absolutely wrong. You need to be fearful to understand and appreciate courage, sad to be happy, have moments of weakness to step out and be strong. And while that sounds daunting, allow yourself to feel all of those feelings of worry because they will help guide you and help you grow. When I look back at the year from March of 2020, so many things come to mind, but one word seems to reside in every moment: adapt. We were all propelled into the unknown, forced to change our way of living, our way of thinking. 2 days before going into lockdown, I was on a beach in the Dominican. How does that even make sense? We moved to Zoom meetings, distance learning, virtual events. Heck, I didn't even know how to open Skype on my computer, and now everything is online. I was thankful that my laptop was a school-issued laptop because that stopped me from throwing it out the window. I also had to stop myself from crumpling into the fetal position at the mere mention of the word Zoom. Ugh. How do we get through this all without freaking out? Simply put, we don't. We freak out and buy excessive amounts of toilet paper and bottled water because that seems to be what you're supposed to do when you think the world is ending. But the world was not ending. So for how long could we freak out? We were all on a timeline. We had to be back in school in September without having an inkling of what that would look like. It was scary, overwhelming, and confusing. We were being bombarded with information that we didn't understand, and we didn't know who to believe. The first little while was bumpy. You had questions, and we didn't have answers. And if you know anything about teachers, it is extremely hard for us to not have the answer. So where did that leave us? Well, I saw teachers adapt to a new way of teaching. I saw you adapt to a new way of learning. I also saw disappointment and sadness. The words, "This was not what we had hoped for our last year of high school. This isn't what we expected. This is hard," were heard and said often, but you adapted. You spent the year taking every tradition, every event, and created something new. You may have taken some time to turn the corner on accepting what was, but you did. You adapted. I'd like to say change gets easier as you get older, but it doesn't. Change is always hard, but from change comes growth. I want you to think back to where you were when you started the year and where you are now. I hope you're all proud of what you accomplished. You didn't just make it through your last year of high school. You made it through in a pandemic when the entire world was thrown upside down. That is huge. So take a moment to appreciate how much you changed and adapted in just 1 year. I realize some of what I'm saying may sound discouraging, that change is hard, that self-doubt and worry will always follow you. But I strongly believe that how we act in the face of adversity is a telling measure of one's character. So, as you move on from the walls of ECS, if I can leave you with any bit of advice, it's this. Don't be afraid to feel and experience the hardships. Feel them. Let them in. Just don't live in them. Use them to be better, stronger, kinder, more patient, more loving, more compassionate, more empathetic. We should always be striving to improve ourselves first, and in doing so, improving the world around us will be a natural consequence. You won't always get it right, but you will always get it wrong if you don't try. You have made a lasting impression on me, and I thank you for challenging me to be better, for making me laugh, for keeping me on my toes, and for trusting me with your hopes and your fears. I am so proud of each and every one of you, and I am confident of the amazing impact you will make. I'm now going to veer in a slightly different direction, slightly different and lighter direction, because I couldn't pass up the opportunity to share some of my own onions and orchids for the class of 2021. So here goes. Orchids to sports tournaments and traveling with you over the years. Onions to Miss LeGallais banning me from going last year, and then all tournaments being canceled due to COVID. She said there was a valid reason, but I don't buy it. Orchids to last year's April Fool's prank. Onions to the hate mail that followed. But orchids to you all showing up to your Zoom classes in your uniform because you weren't quite sure if I would come for you. Onions to this year's April Fool's prank and being quarantined in my office. Orchids to me breaking out. Onions to being resealed in my office for the entire day. Orchids to multiple uniform options this year. Yeah, you know what's coming. Onions to you still finding new ways to not wear the uniform and me giving up completely. Orchids to ditch day not being an ECS thing. Onions to you still doing it and convincing your teachers that it was actually a thing. Orchids to staff versus students competitions. Onions to you not being able to handle my trash talking. Orchids to the water balloon toss. Onions to it turning into a water balloon fight. Orchids to being the one who actually started it. But onions to being completely drenched and having to sit through a Zoom meeting afterwards. Orchids to Mr. Faltain. Onions to being a little jealous of your relationship with him, just a little. Orchids to student assemblies. Onions to having to Google all song lyrics to be sure there weren't inappropriate words, because you don't actually pay attention to the words of any songs. Orchids to the Pallies. Onions to still not really understanding what the Pallies means. Orchids to lit camp. Onions to lit camp after curfew. Orchids to the Health and Happiness Committee. Onions to sitting alone in Zoom meetings every week because everyone would forget we had one. Orchids to the juvenile basketball team winning the championships last year. Onions to only realizing Lucy was part of the team after seeing the team pics. Orchids to you adapting to on-off-site days. Onions to everyone always asking, so who's on site tomorrow? Onions to yogurt. More onions, though, to the constant questions and comments about yogurt because you thought I had control over the snack choices. Orchids to Wednesday's prom, not prom extravaganza. Onions to the government-imposed limited time frame. Orchids to you allowing me the delusion that I have killer dance moves. Orchids to the graduating class of 2021. onions to not seeing you every day. I am so honored to be sharing a stage with you this evening. I have no doubt that you are ready for this next chapter. I will miss you terribly. Congratulations, class of 2021.
You are the entrepreneur of your own future. What does that actually mean? The precious value of life and shared life in the same room has never been clearer than in the last 16 months. Life is a gift, a beautiful, inexplicable, mysterious gift to each of us, and a beautiful shared gift amongst us, one that we call human community. And we choose, you choose your way each day through your life. You choose from the small to the big what to eat for lunch, what program of study will develop your talents as the graduating class of 2021 about to share with us as we award your diplomas, your next landing for study. We choose who we will spend time with, how we will handle our differences in perspectives. We choose how we will respond to this gift of life that is given anew to us each day. La pandémie nous offre une leçon essentielle d'humilité et de gratitude. Malgré les risques personnels, malgré l'extrême détresse et la fatigue, nous avons été témoins de la bravoure des personnes qui ont fourni les soins de première ligne pendant cette pandémie, les hôpitaux, écoles, les services essentiels. During this pandemic, as a community, we have witnessed what is most compelling and most beautiful in human being. And during this pandemic, in news and on social media, we have also witnessed what is most discouraging in inhuman collectivity. We cannot call some of what we've seen community, but we have a secret weapon, and that is each of you sitting on that stage today to redress some of that. Il est facile d'être une communauté dans les moments faciles, lorsque tout est abondant et ensoleillé, et que tout se passe comme nous l'attendons et l'espérons. Quand les revers arrivent, quand les malentendus surgissent, quand les temps sont durs, quand la perte et l'incertitude et les changements des règlements sont omniprésents parmi nous, c'est là nous voyons la force de la communauté. True community exists for, is precisely built for the hard times. It is tested and tempered in the crucible of adversity, and true community is forged in trusting one another, caring about one another, growing stronger together and laughing together in and through, and even sometimes because of the hard times. Dear graduates of 2021, at Miss Edgar's and Miss Kram's, we believe that you are the entrepreneur of your own future. And it's catchy, but really, what might it mean? Is it only for students? Or does it apply to each of us despite our ages and our social and our professional status? Does it apply to our ECS community? This is a radical statement that applies to each one of us in a very unique way, and to our community as a collective. This is a statement you will take with you out into the world. Each of us will live the unique story of our lives. It means that you, each day, are the designer of your day, the designer of your path, to the best extent that these are in your control. It means that you pre-think, that you prepare, you make choices, and the sum of these choices becomes the design of your life. We become, it is said, what we habitually choose. And if we consistently choose discontent, loss, unhappiness, we become that. If we consistently choose gratitude, opportunity, and joy together, we become that. Some choices are in our control, and some will not be in your control. For the things that are not in your control or mine, for example, this pandemic, you still have choices. You choose how you will respond to adversity. As a catastrophe, or as a human setback and an opportunity to lean in and learn more about yourself, about others, and about our world. Many have chosen so courageously and tirelessly to lean in. Our frontline workers, our doctors, our nurses, and, may I remind you, your beautiful and brave teachers and teacher leaders here today and each day for you in full PPE. We cannot forget to be grateful for them, or for those who have leaned into the international medical collaboration to create the vaccines we're now receiving. We begin now to see the power of community. I have a little morning mantra to myself these June days. Miss Neef, I'll share it with you. 2 vaccines and July. And that's all we really need right now. And then, in August, we truly begin the ascent out of COVID-19 into what I hope will be a new normal, a new world of lessons learned in gratitude, compassion, and equity. Community also is created by choices, and it's guided by values. True community is not an accident. It doesn't just happen. It is also a set of choices, and it is co-created together. It's co-created by the daily choices we make as a group about how to treat each other, how to think about difficult things or difficult circumstances together, and about how to care about one another, particularly when there are the tears, the water bottles, and the toilet paper. It is easy to be a breezy community when everything's fair weather and fun, but true community is meant for the storms. I think it's right on cue. Are meant for the storms, for the tough times, because that's when community matters the most, and that's when we need it the most. So if you're out there on the sterner seas, dear graduates, remember there's a community at home waiting for you. In the words of the philosopher Seneca, and you know I couldn't possibly do a speech without a quote, every night before going to sleep, we must ask ourselves, what weakness did I overcome today? And what virtue did I practice to acquire? Because difficulties strengthen the character just as labor strengthens the body. Will we get community exactly right all the time? No. Nope, not one of us is perfect. We are a work in progress. We ought always to reflect upon our choices while actively doing our best with our whole heart, our whole mind, our whole soul in every circumstance, whether that is as a student, a parent, a leader, a teacher, or our government. We ought always to do our best and give our best, but we need to leave room for growth in that statement. Our best will look different from day to day and from circumstance to circumstance, just as our learning looked different this year. We do our best each day, and then as we grow, when we know better, we'll do better. That is why values in our community are so important. They help us to grow into our best selves. They help us to grow into our best partnership, our best community. While we do our best each day, and as we grow in awareness, integrity, accountability, and most particularly in courage, courage is necessary for the first 3 to work. The courage to honor and care for one another during tough times, we will do better each day. Oh, did I forget a value? Collaboration. No, not at all. Collaboration is the result. It is the culmination of these 4 values lived as honestly and honorably together as we can muster. These 4 values lived clearly together. With them, we're able to value one another's differences, our missteps, celebrate each other's strengths, and be able to collaborate with one another effectively and successfully. And of course, the highest form of collaboration comes with another word. It's called community. Dear graduating class of 2021, you are part of this ECS community now and forever in the future. Know that as you convocate here and leave for ports uncharted and for havens great, as you have sung for so many years, that we are still quietly here, rooting for you always, just as Miss Edgar and Miss Cramp dreamed of you on the stage right now, today, just as they dreamed of you in their founding of this school and rooted for you 112 years ago. Courage and love to you on your voyage to discover yourselves and others as you make this world a better, kinder place just by being authentically and uniquely who you are, choosing yourself day by day. We cannot wait to see who you become and what you will accomplish. Brava. This would be the time when we would all stand and sing the school song. However, we are going to invite Mr. Griffin to step forward. He will sing one very particular verse of the school song that is dedicated to our graduating class.
When it is ours, at last to pass thy gate, and launch our lives upon a sterner sea, to ports uncharted or to havens great. May we be guided by the thought of thee, fulfillment of thy name we fain would find, in wider love and service of mankind.
Have we ever heard that verse of the school song more beautifully sung? Thank you, Mr. Griffin. Our school song always reminds me of the foundation of our school, the pillars on which we rest our values, and most importantly, the key individuals who model, teach, and instill these values in our students on a daily basis. Il n'existe aucune équipe d'enseignantes et de professionnels comme celle de ECS. Leur engagement et leur dévouement pour l'éducation ainsi que l'amour pour qu'ils ont pour nos élèves sont vraiment uniques. Je me sens très privilégiée de pouvoir travailler avec eux et elles. Et j'aimerais maintenant, celles qui sont ici, j'aimerais maintenant leur demander de se lever pour que vous puissiez les reconnaître et pour applaudir leur beau travail. Ce sont nos enseignants, nos enseignantes et tout notre personnel qui permet à vos filles de jouir une expérience unique de CS. Dear teachers and staff, please rise. Bravo! Woo-hoo! Truly, words cannot describe the beauty of their work this year, their dedication, students on Zoom, students in the class, student on-site, student off-site, having to go off-site suddenly, their flexibility, their care, and their dedication has surpassed anything we could ever have imagined this year.
Michelle began her teaching career in Guelph, Ontario in 1997, after having graduated from McGill in the spring the same year. Her first job was at a co-ed Catholic school where she worked for 10 years until she moved with her family, Anthony, and young daughter Abigail, to Montreal in 2007. Her first job was working at an Armenian school until the spring of 2008, when she accepted a contract replacing Charlene Casement. Everyone instantly fell in love with her. The following year, she was rehired, and she made the easy decision to send her own daughter, Abigail, to ECS for kindergarten. Unfortunately, in 2010, she had to make the difficult decision to leave ECS and head to Selwyn House. She continued to maintain a relationship with all of us, in large part because her daughter continued to attend and because of the friendships she had already formed. When Michelle began teaching at ECS, she not only came with experience, but also an incredible energy in both her classroom and in our staff room. Her students loved her witty, honest approach to teaching. She teaches the whole child, recognizing each student's strengths, personal challenges, and their potential, as she helps support them on their journey to middle school. Michelle always takes pride in preparing the girls for that leap. In her words, she is the mama bird preparing her babies to take flight. There is no question that Michelle is an incredible teacher, but she is also a dedicated, caring, and supportive colleague and friend, one with an amazing sense of humor. When Michelle left for Selwyn House, our staff room was never quite the same. But when the opportunity came up for Michelle to return, we celebrated fiercely and embraced her with open arms, excited to hear her beloved snort once again. Yes, it's hard not to notice, but it is also part of her charm. Her confident approach to life is something that helps develop our own girls' identity and sense of self. She teaches by modeling and sharing her life experiences with the hope of helping each student navigate through life, instilling respect, love, and equality for all. Her ability to keep things fun and lighthearted are a treasured asset. For those of you who don't know Michelle very well, she loves to travel, paddleboard, dine out, and shop. We have no doubt that she will begin her next chapter jet-setting to various vacation destinations as soon as COVID permits. We look forward to hearing about her adventures as we reflect on the advice and guidance she has given us throughout her lifetime at ECS. And we will continue to teach our students using the same passion that she models. In following her own wise analogy to her students, Michelle will now too leave the ECS nest and take flight on her new adventure. And we wish her the best of luck on the next leg of her journey. Thank you.
La vie est si bien faite. Dans nos moments de doute, de douleur ou de questionnement, elle pose doucement sur notre chemin des êtres de lumière. Ces derniers nous aident à traverser des périodes de notre vie. Ils sont placés au bon moment, au bon endroit, et ils changent notre parcours. Pour moi, Kathleen Menzies est l'un de ces êtres de lumière. Après avoir quitté l'enseignement dans une commission scolaire, j'étais perdu et je cherchais ma voie. Lorsque Laurence a pensé à moi pour le poste à ECS, j'ai pensé que cette petite école de filles serait parfaite pour moi. Intuitivement, j'ai accepté de faire les entrevues et de faire le cours d'essai. J'ai eu le poste. Lors du processus de sélection, je sais que Kathleen a fait des recherches sur Internet, sur moi, et elle est tombée sur des vidéos de moi qui chante Céline Dion avec des perruques. Ce que j'aime dans tout ça, c'est que Kathleen ne s'est pas attardée à mes excès théâtraux, mais plutôt au ménage de mon appartement dans l'arrière-plan. Elle trouvait que j'avais l'air organisé. Depuis le début, pour moi, Kathleen représente l'enseignante parfaite, organisée, minutieuse, curieuse, dévouée, douce et très talentueuse. Je me suis mis à écouter ses leçons et à apprendre d'elle. Apprendre sur tellement de niveaux, son expérience, sa façon calme de ramener les filles, ses mots doux, si bien placés qu'ils nous font réfléchir. Et aussi ses multiples connaissances artistiques. Le genre d'enseignante qui plairait aux universités et qui pourrait servir de modèle parfait pour un stage. Ses dessins, si bien construits, des tons de gris pâle, au contraste final avec les tons foncés, des peintures gestuelles aux couleurs lumineuses, des œuvres textiles au journal créatif, Kathleen, même à plus de 35 ans de métier, ne cesse de se mettre à jour, d'apprendre, de suivre des formations. Bref, elle est trop parfaite pour moi. Son cerveau semble toujours ouvert et prêt à apprendre. Elle est un parfait milieu entre tradition et ouverture d'esprit. À travers les années, nous avons fait bien plus que de parler d'art, de nous montrer nos découvertes, d'échanger sur des livres, des séries ou des documentaires. Nos sujets préférés ont toujours été, bien sûr, les plans de cours et l'évaluation. Joke. Nous avons développé une relation amicale et Kathleen est devenue plus qu'une collègue pour moi. Peu importe ce que je vivais, ce que je lui racontais, Kathleen avait toujours les solutions les plus simples et les plus zen. Les solutions les plus groundées. Il y a 10 ans, me faire suggérer de prendre une marche pour gérer une émotion me semblait un peu inadéquat. Mais aujourd'hui, c'est la première chose que je fais. Sa connexion avec la nature m'a inspiré. Derrière son aspect taciturne se cache une femme de fer, forte et équilibrée. Je crois que son seul équilibre m'a aidé à tenir debout pendant longtemps. Maintenant, j'ai peur de m'écrouler sur son départ. Il y a 11 ans, j'ai tenté de démissionner d'ECS. J'ai dit à Kathleen que je ne pouvais pas continuer, que je n'étais pas faite pour ce moule, et cela m'affectait grandement. Je me souviendrai toujours de ce moment. Ce fut un moment d'émotion. Mais elle a réussi à me convaincre de rester. J'ai ajusté certains trucs à ma tâche pour me sentir mieux. Mais c'est grâce à elle que j'ai pu m'épanouir en sécurité dans ce milieu particulier. Sans elle, sa réaction et ses encouragements, je serais ailleurs. Me voilà toujours ici, encore instable, mais heureux. Informée sur les sujets actuels, bondée de ressources, savante dans le domaine des arts et mère dévouée, je dois à Kathleen une partie de ma propre éducation. Je sais que la vie nous a mis ensemble pour plusieurs raisons et j'en suis reconnaissant. Cette formation Kathleen était nécessaire et vitale pour moi. Tout comme elle est le pilier de sa famille, Kathleen est le pilier du département des arts. The shoes are gonna be hard to fit, so I'll put on my high heels to reach her level. Elle a toujours été pour moi un barème de vérité, peu importe la situation. Je peux vous dire que si Kathleen Menzies est contrariée, c'est parce que c'est très grave. Ça lui en prend beaucoup pour être ébranlée et il faut que ce soit quelque chose de profondément insensé pour que Kathleen démontre des signes de frustration. Car son réflexe est toujours de trouver le sens naturel, pur et équilibré des choses. C'est une femme qui tend naturellement vers le mode solution, un arbre solide, même dans l'ombre, qui trouve toujours le moyen de faire vibrer ses branches au soleil. Kathleen, tu arrives à un bout de chemin, mais avec ton bagage, tu pars explorer d'autres sentiers pour les enrichir. Peu importe où tu iras, tes pas inspireront les autres à marcher. De mon côté, ton essence à ECS ne pourra jamais quitter le local ni le bureau, puisque j'en suis imprégné. Je te souhaite plein de découvertes, d'apprentissage et de création artistique. J'ai hâte de savoir ce que tu feras avec ce goût de liberté. Pense à nous lorsque tu éteindras ton alarme de 5 heures du matin pour toujours. Jalousie profonde. D'un point de vue extraterrestre, ton âme termine une partie de sa mission historique. Ton esprit ouvert, authentique, consciencieux a un don, celui de l'apaisement, celui du calme et celui de l'amour. Le monde aura toujours besoin de gens comme toi, Kathleen. Il n'y a pas de mots pour te remercier. En tant que collègue, je te dis que CS te remercie pour la qualité de ton minutieux labeur. En tant qu'ami, je tiens à ce que tu connaisses mon admiration envers toi. En tant qu'âme, je remercie cet ange qui a aidé à reforger ma vie, à rediriger mes ailes. Merci Kathleen.
know that Madame LeGallais arrived at ECS 4 short years ago, and it's been a whirlwind ever since. One junior school teacher wrote, "Ton passage aurait été court, mais fulgurant et efficace." And another one said, "Who knew you could have so much fun with your boss?" Jennifer quickly took her place and led the team on an exciting, sometimes challenging, but inspirational educational journey. But wait, let's go back to the beginning. Just who was this Madame LeGallais moving into the junior school director's office? From where did she come, and what experience was she bringing? People soon found out that she had been a lawyer, a real estate broker, a home stager, before it became fashionable, of course, a high school teacher, a vice principal, and a principal. Jen is also a wife, a mother, a daughter, and a daughter-in-law. She is real, human, funny, expressive, wears her heart on her sleeve, and dedicates herself to every task at hand. She is a passionate professional. So, Madame LeGallais moved into the junior school oak paneled office, but is rarely there. Where can she be, you ask? Well, first try the kindergarten room, where you may find her sitting attentively on the floor with the children, singing louder than all combined. The girls love her, her silliness, and her hugs. She's not there, you say? All right, try another classroom, where the girls love to show off their latest projects and have her listen to their recordings or their presentations. She demonstrates an authentic eagerness and joy when it comes to sharing her precious time with the students. You still can't find her? Try the backfield. She may be playing foursquare with a group of girls. All right, most often she's down at the other end of the school with the ECS leadership team, where together they lead the school every day in every way. These past 2 years especially have been extremely challenging, and Madame LeGallais, promoted to assistant head of school, continued to dedicate herself to maintain the high standard of education and safety for all the students. Her knowledge of the law was advantageous when dealing with governmental issues, and her solid support and outward honesty shone as she mentored new leaders in their positions. As she departs junior school this summer, Madame LeGallais leaves behind an incredible legacy. Here are just a few of her accomplishments. A solid commitment to the entrepreneurial platform brought an expert on board to guide and support the open-minded teachers. Flexible teaching schedules ensured this new type of learning would flourish. Madame LeGallais' commitment to professional practices allowed the teachers to integrate their teaching materials and practices. They mix languages and grade levels to strengthen connection and alignment. These include the Reading Powers program, the Writers' Workshop program, and some new math content options in Cycle 1. The position of assessment lead was created to support the teachers for 2 years as they focused and improved their teaching methods to ensure the girls were achieving the highest level of learning possible. Madame LeGallais purchased for every classroom new furniture designed to support a full range of teaching and learning styles. Technological improvements include the introduction of Bebot robots to Cycle 1. The number of student iPads has been raised to a ratio of almost 1-to-1, and the number of keyboards for the older girls has also been increased. Finally, some ECS traditions were enhanced through experimentation and re-envisioning. These include the junior school musical, the grade 5 celebration, and kindergarten admissions. Charlene Casement said, "Right from the start, Madame LeGallais, whether she knew it or not, was building a team that was committed to the vision of the school and to each other. She was clear about these goals, and with each leap of faith and each tough decision, the team just got better and better. The junior school team is an outstanding professional community that loves teaching and loves learning. Madame LeGallais created, provided, and encouraged the conditions to make that happen. In my family, it's tradition to celebrate our loved ones with songs or poetry. Since you really don't want to hear me sing, I will recite a short poem instead. 45 years ago, in St. Lambert-so-Fine, we met at high school. Our lives were defined. You married Peter, I moved up north, you moved to Toronto, and Jacob came forth. 30 years later, you're a teacher on the job, sharing a staff room with my husband, Bob. Our friendship rekindled, so much to catch up, old stories of boyfriends and pals now grown up. Then there was room for you at ECS. You eagerly applied and met huge success. The girls, how they love you, the teachers even more. Your presence is a force, you are easy to adore. And now you will leave the long daily grind. Your time will be yours, leave the office behind. The alarm will be gone and you can sleep in. Think of ECS, roll over and grin. We've come a long way, Jen, my dear friend. Now take time for you. There's beach time to spend. Madame LeGallais, on behalf of the whole ECS community, I wish you health, happiness, relaxation, and fun. Your cottage, rocks, and walks with Peter and Gracie, and the boys, and your friends. Congratulations on your retirement.
Before we begin the presentation of diplomas, we have 9 lifers in our class. Lifers means that these students have been with us since the very beginning of their learning journey and their first day of school in kindergarten. I would like to invite Miss Neef and Madame Tabet to present the diplomas. Daria Adamakakis. Daria has been at ECS for 7 years. We will remember Daria as a conscientious and dependable young woman with a remarkable sense of integrity. Next year, Daria will be studying Social Science 2 Math at Marianopolis College. Danya Arani has been at ECS for 12 years. This means she is a lifer. We will remember Danya's incredible kindness, her drive, and her passion. Next year, Danya will be studying health science at Marianopolis College. Asma Bedrouni. Asma's been at ECS for 5 years. Asma will be remembered for her wit, her delightful sense of humor, and her drive to succeed. Next year, she will be studying health science at Marianopolis College. Laura Bellini. Laura has been at ECS for 12 years. She is a lifer. We will remember Laura as an engaged, hardworking student and as an impressive athlete with a beautiful voice. Next year, Laura will be a senior studying at Stansted College. Nika Calandriello. Nika has been at ECS for 6 years. We will remember Nika for her dynamic energy and sensitivity. We will also remember her high level of engagement in class. Next year, Nika will be studying marketing and management technology at Dawson College. Neve Collins. Neve has been at ECS for 7 years. Neve will be remembered as an incredibly gracious, kind, and conscientious member of our ECS community. Next year, Neve will be studying health science at Dawson College. Sophia Eli. Sophia has been at ECS for 8 years. We will remember Sophia for her intellectual curiosity, her sense of humor, and her unique insights. Next year, she will be studying arts and science at Marianopolis College. Annie Fu. Annie has been at ECS for 3 years. We will remember Annie's incredible work ethic, her kindness, and her lovely, gracious demeanor. Next year, Annie will be studying at Marianopolis College in the Health Science program. Christine Giraldo. Christine has been at ECS for 5 years. Christine will be remembered as a kind, talented athlete with an impressive work ethic. Next year, Christine will be studying at Dawson College in the Environmental Science program. Sonia Gratch. Sonia has been at ECS for 12 years and is a lifer. We will remember Sonia's athleticism, her sense of humor, and her high level of motivation. Next year, Sonia will be a senior at Crestwood Preparatory College. Lucy Hahn. Lucy has been at ECS for 10 years. We will remember Lucy as a supportive, determined, and very focused student. Next year, Lucy will be studying Pure and Applied Sciences at Marianopolis College. Emily Ho. Emily has been at ECS for 12 years and is a lifer. Emily will be remembered as a gracious and conscientious student and for her quiet, reflective nature. Next year, Emily will be studying at Marianopolis College in the Health Science Honors program. Camille Huot. Camille has been at ECS for 12 years and she is a lifer. We will remember Camille's determination, her quiet authority, and her keen powers of observation. Next year, Camille will be studying commerce at Marianopolis College. Letitia Janti. Letitia's been at ECS for 4 years. We will remember her as an independent and engaged student. We will also remember her poise and kindness towards others. Next year, Letitia will be studying psychology at Marianopolis College. Ella Kirkland. Ella has been at ECS for 2 years. Ella will be remembered for her authenticity, her leadership, and her impressive intelligence. Next year, Ella will be studying commerce at Dawson College. Talia Labute. Talia has been at ECS for 6 years. We will remember Talia's contagious energy, enthusiasm, and dramatic flair. Next year, Talia will be studying health science at Marianopolis College. Tiffany Maroon. Tiffany has been at ECS for 12 years, and she's a lifer. We will remember Tiffany's incredible evolution from a shy, quiet student to an extrovert. We will also remember her quirky sense of humor. Next year, Tiffany will be studying health science at Dawson College. Emily McKenzie. Emily's been at ECS for 12 years, and she's a lifer. Emily will be remembered for her maturity, her strong sense of respect for others, and her quiet dependability. Next year, Emily will be studying at LCC in the pre-university program. Zoe Miller. Zoe has been at ECS for 12 years, and she is a lifer. We will remember Zoe for her positive outlook, her resilience, and her poise under pressure. Next year, Zoe will be studying at LCC in the pre-university program. Juliana Ottoni. Juliana has been at ECS for 8 years. We will remember Juliana's attention to detail, her thoughtfulness, and her athleticism. Next year, Juliana will be studying health science at Dawson College. Paola Parodi. Paola has been at ECS for 2 years. Paola will be remembered for her quiet determination and feisty performance on the court. Next year, Paola will be studying at Dawson College in the Interactive Media Arts program. Sienna Perez. Sienna has been at ECS for 5 years. We will remember Sienna for her exquisite, exceptional talent for drawing, her attention to detail, and her empathy. Next year, Sienna will be studying math and finance at Marianopolis College. Avery Rochon. Avery has been at ECS for 4 years. We will remember Avery for her perseverance, her sharp wit, and her exceptional kindness. Next year, Avery will be studying psychology at Dawson College. Sophia Romeo. Sophia has been at ECS for 5 years. Sophia will be remembered for her boundless energy, her charisma, and her contagious smile. Next year, Sophia will be studying health science at Marianopolis College. Amanda Rosenthal. Amanda has been at ECS for 5 years. We will remember Amanda's passion for justice and her commitment to reaching her goals. Next year, Amanda will be studying pure and applied science at Dawson College. Kayla Salvati. Kayla has been at ECS for 6 years. We will remember Kayla's openness to others and her impressive evolution as a serious student. Next year, Kayla will be studying liberal arts at Marianopolis College. Evelyn Santavi. Evelyn has been at ECS for 4 years. Evelyn will be remembered for her refreshing sense of humor and her playful enthusiasm. Next year, Evelyn will be studying health science at Marianopolis College. Penelope Ciozos. Penelope has been at ECS for 5 years. We will remember her for her intense motivation, her eloquence, and remarkable sense of insight. Next year, Penelope will be studying at Marianopolis College in the liberal arts program. Grace Uditsky. Grace has been at ECS for 5 years. We will remember Grace for her commitment to including others, her empathy, and her academic commitment. Next year, Grace will be studying health science at Dawson College. Vanessa Vasalos. Vanessa has been at ECS for 2 years. Vanessa will be remembered as a passionate and enthusiastic student with a strong work ethic. Next year, Vanessa will be studying health science at Marianopolis College. Sangita Vidyarthi. Sangita has been at ECS for 12 years and she's a lifer. We will remember Sangita for her strong sense of gratitude, her generosity, and her compassion. Next year, Sangita will be studying health science at Marianopolis College. Yuran Wang. Yuran has been at ECS for 8 years. We will remember Yuran for her incredible intellect, her impressive leadership, and her commitment to reaching her full potential. Next year, Yuran will be studying at Marianopolis College in the Health Science Honors Program. I now have the honor of presenting to you the graduating class of 2021. would ask you with me to welcome Sangeeta Vidyarthi. Tonight, she will play a beautiful rendition of Hallelujah by Leonard Cohen on the flute. Thank you, Sangeeta. That was beautiful. Somehow that song in our school this year seems to have been almost an anthem of bravery and love.
The Christina Anderson Art and Science Prize for a grade 4 student is awarded to Sadie Marshall. At this time, I would like to announce the scholarships that have been awarded this year in junior school. For the ECS Old Girls Grade 5 Scholarship, Rowan Hubley. For the Kindness Scholarship, Annie Sue. Congratulations, girls. The Founders Award for Junior School. The shield is awarded in memory of Miss Edgar and Miss Cramp to a student who best fulfills the ideals of the founders. This year's recipient is Nika Kalbach.
Now, I present to you the recipients of the Academic Awards. Concours littéraire de français. Félicitations à Nadia Mahut. For current events, Josephine A. Walsh. Félicitations à Juliette Leblanc. Drama Theater Production. Félicitations à Romy Nissen. Ethics and Religious Culture. Félicitations à Zara Alachimi. For Graphic Design. Félicitations à Georgia McIver. Pour Histoire du Québec et du Canada. Félicitations à Reese Capusta. For History of Quebec and Canada. Félicitations à Maria Ma. For History of Art, McDougall Beeman. Félicitations à Anaïs Mahut. For Physical Education in Grade 9, félicitations à Chloé Ward. In Grade 10, félicitations à Zara Alachimi.
At this time, I would like to announce the scholarships that have been awarded this year in middle and senior school. For the Beverly Webster Rolfe Scholarship, Lara Frankel. For the ECS Grade 7 Scholarship, Gia Rakija. For the ECS All Girls Grade 8 Scholarship, Maria Kazmi. For the Academic Achievement in Liberal Arts for Grade 7, Lina Sadani. For Academic Achievement in STEM for Grade 7, Mary Pinault. For Academic Achievement in Liberal Arts for Grade 9, Miranda Algier. For Academic Achievement in STEM for Grade 9, Alicia Doucette. The ECS Value Award goes to Yelena Naimi. An ECS Middle School Athletic Scholarship, Charlotte Henderson.
For the highest academic achievement for middle school, Victoria Daphnatis Bailey. Félicitations, Victoria. For the Sheila Costner Award, this is awarded to a grade 9 student who has shown exemplary achievement in school leadership, character education, and who emulates community involvement and the spirit of initiative and leadership that Sheila Costner has displayed throughout her life. Félicitations à Jana Ahmed. Founders Award for Middle School. The shield is awarded in memory of Miss Edgar and Miss Cramp to the student who best fulfills the ideals of the founders. Félicitations à Sofia Favretto.
So the Old Girls Literary Prize for Senior School. Laetitia Genti. The prize for chemistry is awarded to Miss Yoran Wang. The award for Contemporary World is awarded to Miss Grace Uditsky. The prize for dance is awarded to Letitia Janti. prize for drama is awarded to Juliana Ottoni. The English prize for advanced placement AP English is awarded to Sophia Ellie. The prize for English Language Arts is awarded to Neve Collins. Our Entrepreneurship Award has co-winners, Laura Bellini and Penelope Ciozos. The award for Ethics and Religious Culture goes to Sophia Ellie. The award for Financial Education goes to Neve Collins. Le prix pour français langue seconde à deux, Annie Fu and Avery Rochon. Pour français enrichi, Letitia Jonty. Et pour français langue maternelle, décerné à Madame Laura Bellini. The French Madame Huppert Prize for the appreciation of French language and culture is awarded to Sophia Ellie. Our prize for history of the 20th century is awarded to Miss Penelope Ciozos. The prize for 2D animation goes to Tiffany Maroon. The prizes for mathematics, cultural, social, and technical, awarded to two students, Letitia Janti and Paola Parodi. For Introduction to Calculus, Laura Bellini. For Mathematics Science option, Sonia Grach. A prize for music, instrumental achievement, goes to Sangeeta Vidyarthi. The music prize for vocal achievement goes to Nika Calandriello. prize for physical education in grade 11 goes to Daria Adamakakis. The prize for physics is awarded to Juliana Otoni. The prize for science, Scientific Pursuits Award for consistent effort and dedication to the senior school science program is awarded to Sophia Ellie. The prize for Social Science Pursuits Award, Consistent Effort and Dedication in the Senior School Social Science Program, is awarded to Letitia Janti. The Science Fair Award, ECS Design Mindset and Application of Scientific Method Award. This award is for the winners of the Science Fair. This year's winning project was solution-focused and action-oriented. It involved analysis, imagination, and was linked to creating an improved future. The students recognized and applied a scientific method involving hypothesis, predictions, and carried out experiments or empirical observations to evaluate the success and accuracy of their hypothesis. The award goes to two students, Sophia Ellie and Annie Fu. The Visual Arts Prize is awarded to Sienna Perez. Thank you, Madame Roy, for awarding these prizes. I will now call upon Ms. Sarah Neef for the presentation of the following prizes. Athlete of the Year, Christine Giraldo. Dedication to Sport, Sonia Grach. Sorry, Ms. Neef, we have one prize remaining. The prize for law is awarded to Yoran Wang. The Michelle Gorey Award. This award is presented to a grade 10 or grade 11 student who has promoted bilingualism throughout the school year. This prize is awarded to Penelope Ciozas. The St. Mary's Girls for the Cure Scholarship. The Girls for the Cure Scholarship was established to provide financial support to young women who embody leadership, volunteerism, integrity, and citizenship. For a senior school student who has demonstrated a passion for women-related issues throughout her participation in Girls for the Cure and a desire to continue to pay it forward by supporting those around her on an ongoing basis. We have two winners, Emily Ho and Yoran Wang. The Joan Stobo Pritchard MBE, for the student who in a leadership role has brought out the best in others. Christine Giraldo. Ms. Neef. I now call upon Madame LeGallais to present the following prizes, awards, and academic prizes. The Marianopolis Director General's Merit Scholarship is awarded to incoming students, one per program, with stellar high school entry grades. That prize is awarded to Sophia Ellie. The Lieutenant Governor's Youth Medal is awarded to a graduating student who has been successful academically, but above all, who has been distinguished by her personal, social, and community involvement throughout her years at ECS. This is awarded to Penelope Ciosas. The University of Toronto National Book Award, remis à une finissante qui a performé académiquement de manière supérieure, a affiché une pensée créative originale et a connu une réussite remarquable dans les contextes variés. That is awarded to Sangeeta Vidyarthi. The Harvard Book Prize to an outstanding high school student who demonstrates both excellence in scholarship and achievement in non-academic areas. And this is offered in honor of Ms. Betsy Martin. And the recipient of this prize is Juliana Otoni. The Silver Maple Leaf. This is awarded to the student who epitomizes the ideals of the school. The Silver Maple Leaf is awarded to Laura Bellini. The Gold Maple Leaf. The Gold Maple Leaf is awarded for the highest academic standing in the graduating class of ECS. That honor is awarded to Sophia Ellie. Founders Award for Senior School. This shield is awarded in memory of Miss Edgar and Miss Cramp to the student who best fulfills the ideals and dreams of the founders. This is awarded this year to Miss Yuran Wang. Thank you, Madame LeGallais. Can you feel the excitement mounting? I now call upon Miss Sarah Neef for the presentation of the House Awards. Oh, Miss Nichols' Sport Shield. For the House, with the greatest number of points in all athletic activities. And the houses, I present them in alphabetical order. You'll have to do some math. These are the points. Cramp, 2,883. Adami, 2,913. Edgar, 3,065. And the winner is Edgar! Except that it occurred to me that that last order was not alphabetical. We'll try again for the next one. The House Cup. It is awarded for academic achievement and for participation in all non-sporting activities. The houses This time, also not in alphabetical order, Adami, 3,005. Edgar, 3,246. And Cramp, 3,643. And the winner is Crampies. Thank you, Ms. Neef. This is a very special moment. I would now ask our head girl, Penelope Ciozas, to come forward and give her valedictory speech. Penelope.
Before I begin this speech, I want to ask the graduating class to please put on your caps for the remainder of our closing ceremony. I'll give you guys a moment. Okay. Welcome, esteemed staff, faculty, board members, family, friends, and of course, the class of 21 to this year's closing ceremony. It seems like only a short while ago that ECS welcomed us. Wide-eyed, slime-loving girls, unaware of the challenges and the growing pains we were about to experience. Yet high school taught us many lessons. It tested our friendships, resulted in fights putting even Jake Paul to shame. It brought us face to face with disappointment, like when we would realize that the black dots in our oatmeal cookies were raisins and not chocolate chips. We learned to calculate under pressure, not in math class, but at Tuck, desperately scraping together change for a chocolate bar under the scrutinizing eyes of the grade 11s eager to close up shop and go home. We learned that the people who truly care about us are not the questionable teenage crushes we developed over the years, but our teachers who have gone to all lengths to help us succeed. Throughout these highs and lows, one thing remained constant, and that was the love and support we received from our classmates and teachers. On that note, I want to take this moment to thank teachers and support staff who kept ECS running. I can safely say that the caring, passionate, and patient teachers we had the privilege of encountering at ECS are what made us fall in love with the school. The impact our teaching had on us is something that will forever be represented in our future endeavors and successes. It's also important to recognize that the adults who shaped our time at ECS extend far beyond teachers, with the administrative staff, kitchen, and cleaning staff who made sure every day at ECS was better than the last. Unfortunately, one of these exceptional role models, Ms. Neef, will be leaving ECS. So the graduating class wants to say thank you for the support and love you've offered us, especially during that pandemic. We can honestly say that we would not be here without you, and we are indebted for the help you have given us. A final honorable mention to the person we rarely see, quite literally, since they're always behind the camera, but that is Mr. Wynn. He was crucial in keeping the ECS spirit alive, so we hope you enjoy British Columbia. Graduating next year and leaving behind the people who are family will be difficult. So difficult that, according to Google, we will experience not 2, not 3, but 5 stages of graduation grief. Scary, right? Well, let me break it down for you so you know exactly what you're getting yourselves into. Okay, stage 1, denial and isolation. This stage has passed and was manifested in our sometimes questionable attendance to online classes while living in denial that the school year was close to ending. Stage 2, anger. We also already went through this stage, although Miss Neef was forced to endure the brunt of our anger during our, let's say, enthusiastic prom and grad meetings. Sorry, Miss Neef. Stage 3, bargaining. This is where we currently are, convinced that if we experience one last magical high school night, it will make up for the fact that we will never be in high school again. but friends like these are not so easily replaced or forgotten. Stage 4, sadness. Now this stage will hit some harder than others, and if Emily Mackenzie's weeping at the mention of graduation is any sign of what's to come, well, good luck to our parents. And finally, stage 5, acceptance. While I do believe there will come a time when we will accept that graduating means we moved on for the better, a familiar routine at ECS will be over. So my advice for the graduating class: stop caring about the petty things. Right now, at this moment, what do you remember about high school? All the good things, right? Like the times we would do Just Dance during lunch and we laughed so hard we cried. Or the times we got so competitive in dodgeball that we all left the gym sweaty. We remember the times we stepped out of our comfort zone, like at Lit Camp, when Neve participated in a relay race with Selwyn House. And then we remember when Neve was dropped in the mud by Selwyn House. What we don't remember are the marks we got on our grade 7 science test, or the times we said no to going to a school event because we were too busy or too shy, or even the petty fights we had that divided our grade. I have no doubt that this year's graduating class is powerful, and each girl on this stage will go on to be successful and compassionate mentors or helpers in whatever field they choose. But I hope the tunnel vision to success will not take away from all the other experiences and opportunities we will encounter. But I say this with love, of course, because as much as I can complain about missing field trips, the thing I will miss most is the sisterhood we created. The bond we had and the memories we made are once in a lifetime. So thank you, the class of 21, for making these 5 years of government mandatory education just a little more bearable. If I had told my 7th grade self that I would be here as ECS's head girl giving this speech today, she would have jumped with joy. Yet, when I sat down to write this speech, I struggled. How do I sum up the past 5 years of ECS's life? How can I accurately illustrate the impact the school and my peers have had on me in a 5-minute speech? So I thought of our core values: collaboration, courage, awareness, accountability, and integrity, and wondered if they held the answers to my questions. The past year was unpredictable and difficult. Yet through these challenges lies an opportunity. COVID-19 revealed many social fault lines at ECS and in our world. So it is time that we as a society live up to the expectations of our school values. First, awareness can only exist as long as voices are heard. Accountability and integrity thrive as long as there's communication among all levels of power. Collaboration happens if lines of communication are maintained, and courage requires us all to be unified at our home here at ECS, in our city, and for the world, like our school motto teaches us, sed urbi et orbi, so we can rely on each other for growth. I hope this can serve as a learning opportunity for ECS and the greater community to make stronger what the pandemic exposed. Dear Miss Aslin, I don't know if you remember, but back in grade 7, along with Miss Neef and Miss Bolsius, you gave us a chat entitled Crossing the Line. The context of this speech is, well, insignificant, but the main purpose was to warn us about the dangers of pushing boundaries and crossing lines of what is acceptable. Well, I have some bad news for our parents and teachers. Next year, we will push boundaries and we will cross lines to make the world one we are proud of. So to conclude, here's Katie Vulgaris' poem that celebrates crossing the line into a greater world and stepping into our future together. Right now, we wish loved ones we lost were here to share this moment with us, but they have the best seat in the house. They're smiling down on us. Right now, our knees are shaking, scared to take this leap into our future. Right now, we take a deep breath in, trying to make this moment last forever. Right now, this was the worst and best year ever, and I'm happy we got through it and are here together. Fellow classmates, I now invite you all to move your tassels to commemorate officially becoming high school graduates. Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause for the class of 21. We did it.
No
I would like to say a few thank yous. D'abord, j'aimerais remercier notre équipe de direction, Madame LeGallais, Miss Corey, Miss Neef, Monsieur Fortin, Madame Roy, Madame Etier et Miss Neal, pour leur indéfectible soutien à l'école ECS et pour leur effort dans le but d'assurer le développement continuel de notre école. Je suis redevable à chacun d'eux pour leur leadership, leur aide et leur esprit d'équipe. I would also like to thank you, dear parents, dear families. Thanks to you and our wonderful team of teachers, our students have learned such a valuable lesson about powerful partnership. They've seen how much can be accomplished when a group of parents and educators work together toward the goal of a student-centered school. I thank you for these partnerships very, very sincerely. A huge thank you to our volunteers who've worked to put the flowers and pots that adorn the school and that have helped to celebrate this beautiful occasion. And for making it all happen behind the scenes, I thank Mr. Arbanoya, Miss Beaulieu, Miss Gramanis, Miss Lilies, Miss Boutsard, Mr. Scott, Miss Yulin, Mr. Wynne, and Miss Young. As we come to a close, I would ask us to take a moment as we send our graduates off with a dedication to peace and kindness. Be generous in prosperity and be thankful in adversity. Be fair in thy judgment and guarded in thy speech. Be a lamp unto those who walk in darkness and a home to the stranger. Be eyes to the blind and a guiding light unto the feet of the erring. Be a breath of life to the body of humankind. Adieu to the soil of the human heart and a fruit upon the tree of humility. I thank you so much for celebrating this moment with all of us, and I would ask us to give one rousing, standing set of applause for our graduating class of 2021. Bravo! Woo-hoo!
Dedication to peace and kindness. Be generous in prosperity and thankful in adversity. Be fair in thy judgment and guarded in thy speech. Be a lamp unto those who walk in darkness and a home to the stranger. Be eyes to the blind and a guiding light unto the feet of the erring. Be a breath of life to the body of humankind, a dew to the soil of the human heart, and a fruit upon the tree of humility.